We have it all in this epoxy primer, and that's going to cause us now to go in and just do our sanding. So we put the bodywork down on top of this epoxy primer. These are brand new front fenders. We have the hood that we talked about earlier into epoxy primer as well. We have the tire carrier that's been slightly restored as necessary, sandblasted, ready to go. The handle, nice little details here, and that the handle's all original, and a nice little bracket here that goes over for a small spring that helps to return the handle after opening and closing. Bushings are in excellent condition here. And then we have our aprons over here as well. The aprons are in the primer. Body work here continues on the body tub. You can see that we have the right-hand passenger side blocked off and done, as well as the driver's side getting done at the same time. We're not too far off the mark here. We're a little bit more body work, and then we'll get into some more primers, and then ultimately the paint. Sanding. We were just discussing about the amount of sanding going on here. We have a lot of material sitting around the shop, but well worth it, because doing a lot of the body work on this, again, it's not requiring a lot of body work, but you got to do something just to make sure that all the surfaces are good and straight and consistent. Same thing for the hood here. A few spots you can see where the body work is on the hood, and very minimal at best on that, so looks great. We have a lot of small brackets and what we call trinkets all lined up to be painted. These have all been sandblasted, and this is a windshield frame from the back side, as well as, say, hinges for the rear ambulance doors. In the background you can see that our tire carrier is over here, but you can kind of see down the line here a bunch of different brackets, windshield brackets, rear ambulance door brackets. That right, this is a fun game to play a lot of time. You can hand somebody a part and say, well, what is it on a Land Cruiser? Obscure brackets. This is a cushion that goes to the spare tire carrier. These are the brackets that hold the windshield when they rest on top of the hood, and there's a cushion that goes right in there. This is a hook that holds on the spare tire carrier to the rear sill of the truck. Hinges that hold on the hood. A bracket that holds on the front grille that allows the front grille to pivot and turn down if you're going to remove the engine. Our last coat of primer is on the body tub, and looks sharp. All the sanding has been done, and body work and things of that nature. We've got it all taped off. So next stop will be a good quick wet sand and then paint color. Underneath side, we're going to determine what we're going to do there, and as far as the color goes. But looks real sharp, real clean. A lot of hard work has been done on this body tub to make it so that it plays the part, and it certainly does at this point. So nice to see. All the panels, the bodywork has been done to are in the booth, and they were sprayed in another primer, and they look great. They came out real good. So we have our hood, our front doors, front grille, and aprons. Short, the body tub and the actual fiberglass hardtop perimeter are in here, and are all in primer and sealer, ready to go. Again, they're in really nice shape. Like the door bottoms, it's just nice to see these door bottoms where they're just so clean.
Well, I'm a crawling king snake, and I rule my den.
Well, right down to brass tacks, so to speak, here, and what that means is we're getting down to the end of this prep work for this body tub. It'll be in Linex and paint very shortly. What we're going to be doing here is doing the final paint on the outside.
And I rule my den.
All right, lot of the work here on the rear doors is completed. They're all prepped, seam sealed, ready to go into paint, and our final process is to do this 3M seam sealer on it. You can see it here in the bag, but we go around the whole perimeter and seal it. That way there's no bleeding of any kind of rust down through or water. It seals it up nicely. You'll see it on both doors. This is the top of the door as well.
You know you caught me crawling out there.
This is the front grille. We've done the exact same thing with the front grille as far as seam sealing goes. It's really important for this front grille because this grille often gets a lot of issues with this bracket, the way they double it up in here, and we've really tried to resolve that and seal it up as best we can. The process starts. What you're going to see us do here is putting on our base coat of our color on the outside. Paint on these products, and we're shooting the first round of base coat. We have one round of base coat right now on, and we usually shoot between 3 and 4 rounds of base. And the base is simply just the color, obviously. It does not have any sort of sheen to it. It's a very flat type of finish to it. Not satin, and certainly not gloss. Ultimately, the base will go on. We'll have 3 or 4 rounds of this, as I said, and then we will turn and put in the clear. All PPG finishes are being applied here, base coat, clear coat. This is either DBC or DBU, for those that care out there. So he'll go ahead and shoot these rear ambulance doors, front grille, aprons, front fenders. Like with a lot of things, if you're not quick enough, you don't get it. And I didn't get this in the booth, I think, so I'm just going to shoot this in our final paint on the outside. You can see the detail here. It looks great. Came out real nice. So that really is the business part of the front end of that goes around the headlight, and it really says that it's 1979 to 83. Very nice original. And the complete finished product on this side looks awful sharp. So we made some real nice headway here. It's great. We have the front fenders here and final paint on the top side. The bottoms, the underneaths have been painted already, but nice clean white finish. We have the usual kick-out vents and windshield wiper. So what we're doing here is just doing some preliminary alignment. In any project of this magnitude, or anytime you take any car apart, you put it back together, body lines are really important, and getting panels aligned are really important and sometimes even difficult. But we're doing some things here. One of the things that we did, that from the factory, all these bolts are painted. Now, when you paint bolts and the head of a bolt, you put a wrench on that bolt and you turn it, especially with clear coat on it, it sometimes can crack it. So in order to stay original, we've painted these literally separately, away from, say, the bolt being in, then painting over that. These are stainless steel just for alignment. These, in fact, are stainless steel bolts that came in this particular year. But on this hinge over here, we have it painted. So we've painted all the bolts individually, and as I kind of walk over across the room, I can show you what we've done. We've taken them, put them out on a board, the ones that we know we're going to need. Certain ones are, say, for ambulance doors, certain ones for front doors, certain ones for hinges, as well as the washers. So we've painted them all individually, and we'll gently, ever so carefully, put them on. We've obviously primed them as well over here, so we've taken them out, then we get the final coat in here. So, there is some thought behind what we're doing as far as what we're going to need for sizing of bolts, but ultimately, as I walk back over, when they go back in, it's going to be a factory look. From the factory, I do believe they bolted these things together and then painted them, which then, and captures and sort of takes the bolt and it keeps it in there. And then when you turn it, it cracks the paint. Well, we've gone a step further to make sure that it hasn't happened. One of the last things we're going to do is pull it in, and there's a couple chips on the other side that'll go into the spray booth tomorrow, and we'll touch up some spots. caps are on the license plate bracket. Those look fantastic. Great and original. A few minutes to get some other pictures outside in the light, but the white walls look awful good on it. At first I was not sold on that, but I am now. You can see that we have our nice little bit of tape in here we have to pull out, but nice. Cleaned up real good. This is the way they did it at the factory. Those are factory bolts and a factory over type spray. Come out real nice here. We'll get it outside for some photographs, some last video.